today we're going to be talking about the black coffee theory. I don't know about you, but I love coffee. I specifically love black coffees, but this has nothing to do with your coffee drinking habits. Okay. So, what is the black coffee theory and how does it impact your practice? Well, there's a story where a gentleman went into a coffee shop and he goes to the counter and the person says, "Okay, what would you like?" He said, "I don't care what I get as long as it's not black coffee." And they're like, "Okay, like what do you want though? I need to know what you want." And he said, "I don't care what it is as long as it's not black coffee." And the waitress was very busy and she said, "Okay, whatever." And she goes and she's making all the drinks, and as she prepared the drink, she all she could remember was black coffee. And so she ended up serving the person black coffee. And because the person, what they were focusing on was all about black coffee, even though it was in the negative, I don't want black coffee, it ended up impacting what he received because he kept asking and saying it and focusing on it over and over and over again. And this really impacts practices because a lot of times people are like, "Well, I just don't want these types of patients. I just don't want this." And we have this list of things that we don't want, instead of building a list of things we do want. So what do we want? What do you actually want? And is it feasible? What I've noticed is most doctors are asking for, "I just want quality new patients." Well, define quality for me. What is a quality new patient? What does that exactly mean? How do you define a quality new patient? And usually it's like someone who comes in, they need some treatment, and I present the treatment and they do the treatment. What you're really asking for is high trust patients. Patients that don't ask questions, patients that don't there's no pushback. There's no like, "Hey, how's this going to work?" Anything like that. They're just like, they come in, they trust you, and they just do the treatment right away. If those are the kinds of patients you're looking for, what that is, that's a patient referral or a doctor referral. Patient referrals are amazing. When I tell my wife, "Hey, you should go to this dental office," she goes. If they don't answer the phone, she calls back. If they do answer the phone and they can't answer her question, she still schedules. If they schedule her 3 weeks out, she still shows up. If she goes in and they present a bunch of treatment, she does it. Why? Because I said, this practice is amazing. She's going off of my word. The trust was built through the referral already. And doctors love these. And I totally get why. The numbers all bear out. These patients are better. They accept more treatment. They come in faster. They show up better. Like the show rate's better. The ROI, everything's better about them. However, there's a misalignment because marketing never produces those kinds of patients ever. You say, why not? Why can't I get those kinds of patients from marketing? Marketing can't build that kind of trust. It just can't. Marketing patients are going to be more skeptical. If you don't answer the phone, they'll call another practice. There's no loyalty there. If you don't answer their questions correctly on the phone, you lose them forever. If you schedule them 3 weeks out, 40 to 50% of them are going to no-show because they end up at another practice. If you do see them and you present a bunch of treatment and you haven't built any relationship with them, you're probably going to lose them. And they're not going to re-care. And then they're never going to refer to you. So the name of the game is you have to learn how to take marketing new patients and turn them into patient referrals. If you can learn how to do this, it's very, very valuable. I'll use myself as an example. I don't want to work with dentists who've never heard about me before and have never seen me before. I just don't. I have no interest in somebody just going to Google and typing in dental marketing company and finding me and never having anything to do with me. What I want is I want them to get the first time when people hear about me, I want them to hear our podcast. I want them to hear how we do things. I want them to build trust. So I have a longer buying cycle. Now, I'm a little bit different because I'm B2B, meaning I work with a dentist. I'm a business that works with other businesses. B2C is a little bit different, especially in general dentistry, because the buying cycle is so short. So what you have to do is you have to earn that trust really quickly in dental. For me, I do podcasts. We give away resources. We give away all kinds of value to build trust with the business before they reach out to me and say, "Gary, we want your help." With Patients, you don't have that luxury because they're searching and they want a dentist right now. So how do you get those people in? How do you build trust? Well, Google reviews is a huge part of this. Huge. That's number one. Number two is how you answer the phone. Can you answer basic questions? Hey, I have ABC insurance. How does that work? Hey, how much is an implant? You got to be able to answer those. Your team knows how to, it has to know how to answer those. Well, we just don't answer those questions. Then you don't get the new patients. You got to, they're simple. It's not hard. It's just that no one's training the team and no one's holding the team accountable. You also can't schedule them a month out. If you schedule them a month out, you're going to lose the vast majority of them. And also, when you present treatment, you need to lead with monthly payments. So that way you're presenting a $200, $300 payment, not a $5,000 treatment plan. When you do that, all of a sudden the patients start to trust you. They like you. They reappoint. And guess what they do? They send you more patient referrals. And then you have the patients that you want. This is the back door to get the high trust patients that you want, or in your words, the quality patients that you're looking for. So, black coffee theory. If you're just like, these are all the things I don't like, I don't want, I don't like, I don't want, I just don't want black coffee. You're probably going to end up with black coffee because that's all people are hearing and that's all you're saying. And you're just going to get more of the same. You got to change the way that you're thinking, and you got to change the way that you're talking and the way that you're focusing on the problem. And you will get the results that you want from that if you focus in on it. All right. That's all I got for you today. I hope you have a good one.